Okay, well, now Ben Rooney and wildfolkfarm.com because you and your buddy are wild folk that are never going to shave again in your life or
Gotta stay warm.
just stay up there like mountain men. But looks like you want to be the rice, kings of America. that, that you're figuring out how you could grow rice in cold climate, cool climate, lousy climate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been doing it in northern Japan for centuries and actually all across a lot of the globe. And a lot of those practices aren't around anymore, but the seed's still there and some of the cultivation information is there. So, yeah, we're kind of trying to borrow some ideas from different places across the planet and bring it to the Northeast.
But more to me, there's two things about it. One is that you started with using one of the, I think, the most incredible resources of the world was the federal government. You got seeds from the USDA, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the USDA they
Go
have
ahead.
19,000 different varieties of rice.
No, 19,000. So you can go to the USDA and just, hey, let me try if I can grow some from those seeds. And they let you borrow seeds to grow stuff, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
That's pretty nice. Yeah, you can trial all sorts of different seeds. Yeah.
And did they help you with the process also through this or not?
No.
No, I'd say you're right.
No, they gave me seeds and yeah, they didn't ask a lot of questions. And yeah, this season we're trying 30 different types of rice, some
Wow.
red rice, some long rice, and
Mm.
yeah, they've sent it off to us, and yeah, it's been pretty hands off.
Yeah. So, but now you're trying to do it organically farming, this big agriculture, multi-business stuff, agribusiness stuff. But you're really using the local environment. I mean, look at your video. You're talking about you have these lovely ducks in your rice paddies, and you say they're more important to your rice than anything else.
Yeah, I think just learning from these ecosystems and how they produce food and resilience and strength, especially in changing times with climate ahead, that's what we need to look to for our food security. We need to look to see how we can emulate these ecosystems, and in our case, it's a wetland. And wetlands are some of the
I
most
see.
productive ecosystems on the planet. So,
Wow.
what lives in wetlands? Oh, well, there's ducks that live in wetlands. All right, let's bring ducks in. And
I
there's some
see.
wet areas and dry areas. Okay, let's create some of that. And so we're just trying to basically create a wetland, but then also balance that with agriculture and being able to control some of the characteristics and grow rice in there.
So what you're trying to do is really show people how they can grow rice, in northern climates here in the United States. And you have like an incubator project you're running, fundraising for on Indiegogo, to help and actually you could even help people learn how to grow their own rice. My backyard, my son has a third of our yard, and we have a good sized yard already. Just in the last 2 weeks, he dug up the third of the yard that I don't have to get cut anymore and put it in all kind of these vegetables and everything. And he loves doing it. So I see more and more people. I'm thinking like people with older people live in their homes. Instead of cutting their lawns, they could grow stuff in their front lawns, right?
Yeah, and a lot of people have been growing vegetables and fruits, which is awesome, and we need to encourage that. But people should start growing some of their own grains. It's just as
Right.
powerful, and it tastes just as good. Eating some fresh rice that we just harvested, that we just cut down with a scythe, and it's just
Wow.
like eating a fresh tomato. It has all this body, it has this texture, it has this character. It's not just like this side piece of the
Plastic stuff.
meal. Yeah.
Well, that's terrific. So you see, I can have a back garden rice paddy, huh?
You could if you what you want is clay soil. That's the one limiting
I
factor.
see.
But also, you said that I mean, people go to your website or whatever, wildfolkfarm.com, besides looking at your video about your fundraising campaign. But, I mean, you can get tips there about how to do this in your backyard as an individual or learn more about this sustainable economy that local people are now developing all over the country.
Yeah, there's definitely some growing information about what we've done with the rice and how it's worked. And I encourage people to get in touch with me if they have questions about growing it, and definitely keep checking in on us, seeing how we're doing either online or on site. And just as we
Well,
evolve
what's neat
and
about
learn
it, I mean,
about.
And you have the video of all this going on in there. It's fun to see like young people really enjoying this stuff. You know, at least in my generation, people on the farm, we worked our ass to get off of that. It's but now it's not only a healthy lifestyle, but a sustainable lifestyle, and get rid of a lot of the crap in life we probably don't need. And as you were saying that you love the lifestyle of living on a farm, and your whole life is just doing this stuff and eating it and sharing it with everybody, man, that beats behind a computer screen somewhere for 8 hours a day and sitting in traffic being miserable.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate that this has all worked out, and we're able to spend so much time outside and learn from what's around us. Yeah.
Do your parents think this is a real job yet, or?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think it's becoming that slowly and surely, maybe.
I think that's why sometimes our loved ones are our biggest enemies. They say, "Oh, don't do that. You're going to fail." And when you're doing something brand new, of course you are. I mean, that's what life is all about: experimenting and that's what's neat about you. You don't have a PhD in agroeconomics or anything like that. You're just a kid out of undergraduate school trying to figure this out. And anybody can, right?
Yeah, anyone can do it. It just takes a little bit of time, and definitely not being afraid to fail, because you make mistakes all the time.
Right. I mean, that's right. If you want to go out and play baseball, you wouldn't expect to get up the bat and hit a home run the first time, right?
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons for us why this campaign and the fundraising is important, is because we are gonna fail some, and we're trying to create a replicable model that homesteaders, small growers, and farmers can all learn from. And it's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take some time to figure out what works best here. And the economics of starting a new crop in Maine aren't it's not too conducive to doing that. People aren't normally, the economics are not in favor of small scale farms right now. So any help that we can get to try to bring this to the forefront so other people can do this economically in a viable way is going to be really important.
But it seems like your rice growing patties that you're building now with your fundraising company, you have a way to test different 12 different ways of growing this stuff and have an incubator.
Try to design everything, or trying to design the system so that we can have different inflows and outflows with the patties, and so we can grow some patties just with water, and you can kind of pulse the water, so you wet the patties some and dry the patties out some, and that's kind of similar to some ways that they grow it in India. So we can see how that works in the US. That's called SRI, System of Rice Intensification. In northern Japan, they do it with ducks and this nitrogen.
I like the ducks thing.
Yeah, and so we're going to try that out, and we can kind of compare all these things and see, okay, which ones actually are worth it for a farmer, which ones are worth it for a home scale grower, because some of our patties are small, so that a homestead, so someone who wants to grow 50 or 60 pounds, they can see, oh, this is how we do this on a really small scale. This is how I do this on my backyard, which is just as important as getting commercial growers to be growing thousands of pounds of rice in a sustainable way.
Well, okay, Ben. Well, we got to get people to go to Wild Folk Farm to help Ben educate America about how cool it is to grow rice in your backyard. You don't have to go and get that Uncle Ben's sack of rice that tastes like cardboard or whatever it is. Thank you so much, Ben. Take care.
Yeah, thank you.